Hello, this is John Michael Gurule again. We're going to be doing the fourth presentation on Esdras 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the Book of Enoch being canons of the Catholic Bible. And I was going to show you that this right here, this book right here is the Clementine Vulgate Bible. It's written in English and in Latin. So this is how you understand 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Esdras. So when you go into the book of Ezra, chapter 1 and chapter 2, book 1, book 2, you're going to read about Ezra on chapter 1, and chapter 2 is going to be about Nehemiah and Ezra. They both were in Jerusalem together to build the spiritual things of Jerusalem was Ezra, and Nehemiah to build a wall. He finished that wall in 52 days. You can read that story at 1st and 2nd Ezra. It's in the beginning of the Catholic Bible. And then to find Ezra 3 and 4, you got to go to the back. Here you'll find Ezra 3 and 4. And this is going to be telling you about the Archangel Uriel, God, Jesus, the angels in heaven, the angels of the Lord, trying to guide Esdras in the teachings of the law and getting him prepared for the journey back to Jerusalem. And so back here in this same book, you're going to find Ezra 3 and 4, and that's going to be the story of the Archangel Uriel and God and everybody guiding Ezra before he leaves back to Jerusalem. So this is where you can find 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the book of Esdras. And this explains to you, it has the same theme, chapter 4. Chapter 4, it says, "And the angel answered me that was sent to me, whose name was Uriel," the Archangel Uriel. We just read that in this book here. In this book here, we just read that. The book of Esdras, the book of Esdras. That's Esdras right there, Ezra. So we're going to go to the book of Enoch. These two books are canonized because Esdras is in the Catholic Bible. That's canonized. And this is the book of Enoch, who is also apocrypha canonized. And we're going to read about the book of Enoch. We're going to read about Enoch right now. And we're going to read about him in this book, the New Jerusalem Bible. It has 73 books. It's a Catholic Bible. And the reason why it's canonized is because Enoch is also in the Word of God here. I'm going to read out of Genesis chapter 4, verse 18 to 24. And it reads, "When Jared was 162 years old, he fathered Enoch. After the birth of Enoch, Jared lived for 800 years, and he fathered sons and daughters. In all, Jared lived for 962 years. Then he died. Then Enoch was 65 years old. He fathered Methuselah. Enoch walked with God after the birth of Methuselah. Enoch lived for 330 for 300 years. Then he fathered sons and daughters. In all, Enoch lived for 365 years. Enoch walked with God, then was no more, because God took him. So, this is what makes Enoch canonized, because it's in the 73-book Catholic Bible. Here's another one, Luke chapter 3, verse 37. And it says, Shem, the son of Noah, son of Lamech. Noah was the son of Lamech. Shem was the son of Noah, son of Methuselah, son of Enoch, son of Jared, son of, these words are kind of hard to read, the names. But yeah, Shem was the son of Noah. Noah was the son of Lamech, the son of Methuselah. Lamech was the son of Methuselah, and Methuselah was the son of Enoch, and Enoch was the son of Jared. So there's that one there. The third one is going to read, and okay, this is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 5 to 6. It was because of his faith that Enoch was taken up and did not experience death. He was no more, because God took him. Because before his assumption he was acknowledged to have pleased God. Now it is impossible to please God without faith, since anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and rewards those who seek him. That's number 3. Number 4 is going to read, this is going to be in Jude chapter 1, verse 14 to 16. And it was with them in mind that Enoch, the 7th patriarch from Adam, made his prophecy when he said, I tell you, the Lord will come with his holy ones in their tens of thousands to pronounce judgment on all humanity and to sentence the godless for all the godless things they have done, and for all the defiant things said against him by godless sinners. They are mischief makers, grumblers, governed only by their own desires, with mouths full of boastful talk, ready to flatter others for gain. So, yeah, this is the patriarch Enoch, and he also was a prophet. He prophesied that the Lord will come with his holy ones in the tens of thousands, and so, and to pronounce judgment on all humanity, and to sentence the godless for all the godless things they have done, and for all the defiant things said against him by godless sinners. They are mischief makers, grumblers, governed only by their own desires, with mouths full of boastful talk, ready to flatter others for gain. So that's number 4. Number 5, Ecclesiastics chapter 43, verse 16. Enoch pleased the Lord and was transferred to heaven. And this next one is going to be very important. An example for the conversion of all generations. Enoch was an example for all generations. He was Enoch pleased the Lord and was transferred to heaven. So I mean, Enoch was a man of God, I'm telling you. So the Chronicles here also mentions Enoch's first chronicle, the first book of Chronicles, chapter 1, verse 1. It says Adam, then Seth, then Enosh, Canon, Mahathel. These are hard names to pronounce, but then there's Jared, there's Enoch, Methuselah, Melech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You'll find that in First Chronicles chapter 1, verse 1. So, the other one is going to be, okay, this one is for the false teachers. You can read about the false teachers, people who, the punishment for false teachers is going to be Jeremiah chapter 23. If you read Jeremiah chapter 23, you're going to read that these are the punishment for people who say they're called from God and are not called from God. Everybody that was called from God are in here. They're in the Bible. They were called by God, and then when Jesus was on the cross, he said, "It is finished." The New Testament was finished. The Old Testament was here, the old prophets. And Jesus said, "It is finished." So anybody that comes up with prophecies or stuff like that, you better check it out because they're probably false prophecies. You have to stick with the Word of God. So that one, that was Enoch. Apocrypha, canonized by the Holy Catholic Bible, with 73 books. And all of these books right here, like the New Jerusalem, these are the early Christian church. They were the early Christians, and what made them Catholic is when God got a hold of Constantine, and him and Constantine's mother, Saint Helena. Helena found the 3 crosses in Jerusalem, and that's why they have the Holy Sepulchre. And Constantine and Saint Helena, they built the Holy Sepulchre there in Jerusalem. And they also built St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. And it's a Catholic church. St. Peter, St. Paul, St. Andrew, St. Matthew, St. John, St. James, all saints. So that is what this is all about, the Holy Catholic Bible. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started on another video. I'll be right back.